Lower Decks is coming to an end, and it has, against all odds, become one of the more beloved Star Trek shows. 5 seasons seems to be the new standard for the length of Star Trek shows in the Paramount Plus era. Discovery also just ended after its 5th season. Back in the 90s, the standard was 7 seasons for each show. The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager each ran for 7 years. It probably shouldn't be surprising that the new era shows aren't going the full 7 years. Even really successful streaming shows tend to top out at 4 or 5 seasons. But I think we were all kind of holding out hope that Lower Decks, so inspired by those 90s shows, and almost certainly the cheapest to produce among all the new Star Trek series, would go the full 7. But anyway, before it ends, I wanted to talk about something that I noticed about a part of the intro that we're all pretty familiar with. The one scene in the intro that changes every season is the giant battle that the Cerritos chooses not to engage in. In the first season, it was a battle between the Borg and the Romulans. In the second season, they added Pakled ships, which makes sense since they had established them as a major villain in the series. Season 3 added Next Generation's crystalline entity to the battle. Season 4, the whale probe from Star Trek IV. There were some peripheral Klingon and Breen ships that were added with some of these, but there was a pretty clear pattern of adding one major reference per season. And we were all eagerly awaiting to see what they would add for what we now knew would be the final season. Much to my surprise, they threw out the one per season pattern and just went wild with it. That already enormous battle now includes the giant green space hand of Apollo, a Tholian web, and finally, V'Ger. It's V'Ger. That's 3 major new additions. If they had kept up with their previous pace, that would have gotten them to season 7. Oh. This is the clearest indicator that Mike McMahon had this show planned out for 7 seasons, which is not at all surprising, but this is the most direct evidence that I've seen. Not that any of us needed an excuse, but it does make me feel sad for the season 6 and 7 that we'll never see. And unless Netflix suddenly becomes really cool, this may close the book on this modern revival of Star Trek animation. Come on, Netflix. Prodigy. Season 3. Prodigy. Season 3. Prodigy.